What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are for Scheid Day 2. We're going to jump right back into it, but I want to give you guys a little bit of a briefing on the morning. So right off the bat, we're going to swap my tires on the 3rd gen onto Derek's truck because he needs good dyno tires, because the swampers cannot get on the rollers. It'll mess a lot of stuff up. So put the 420s on there, 420Vs, whatever, and the weather's perfect. This morning it is a crisp 75 degrees. Humidity, it's still a little bit high this morning, but overall it's very nice. It's overcast. It is dyno weather, so we're like, Derek, if you're gonna do it, now's the time to do it. And all the boys that wanted the dyno got all their stuff together. We're like, all right, let's do this thing. So Derek, first one up, just kills it, lays down a super solid number. I'm gonna let you guys see all this before we discuss this again. But Derek was the first one to dyno in the black truck, and then it went Evan dynoed, and then Glenn dynoed in the other black truck. Evan was in the orange truck, and then Coda in the 2-wheel drive dually, just maintaining his spot and holding the fort down for the VE guys. So let's hop into it. I really hope you guys enjoy today's video. Again, this is very 1st gen based, but there's a lot of racing and action towards the end of the video, so stick around. You'll want to see all that. There's some fast stuff. I got all the finals in there, so yeah, let's hop right into it, guys. Yeah, it should be. What'd he make? You're shitting me.
Did he break the record? 556?
No. Holy shit.
Holy shit. 530. Took over second.
Glenn, he did it.
Huh?
He did it.
What did he make?
530.
530?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Took over 2nd place. All right, there we go. All right, so right there you guys can see some dyno, some power being laid down. So let's just go over it real quick. Derek, first one up, made 532 and 1110 on the torque. So that truck is a 5-speed truck with a Valair dual disc, 5x16s that flow 75 LPM, an S362 FMW, not SXE, so 6268 with a 9 housing, I believe. And he does have the head is heavily ported, stock cam. It has a Ratman Performance VE injection pump on it that just got done, so that was one of the big changes on that. And then there was he has an HVLP piston lift pump, and just all the supporting mods for the most part. 125 pound valve springs with titanium keepers or something like that from Hamilton. So that's the setup of the first black truck that went up there. Again, laid down 532, which takes over the number 2 spot of the VE records, which is just a 12mm VE with a 12 valve, and he moves into the number 1 spot for a 4-wheel drive truck. So right now the other higher truck is 2-wheel drive, which 4-wheel drive is going to be more rotating mass, and the get rag is also more rotating mass. So it's a very good number for that truck. All right, and as our progression goes on here, the orange truck that dynoed next. That is Mr. Evan Ratcliffe's truck. He builds these pumps for us. He did Derek's, he's done his own, he's done a couple others, but these things are rowdy. So his truck, 6x13 THD comp injectors, an HX35 that's 63.5, 67 with a 12 cm that he did a lot of work to on that exhaust housing by himself. He's a guru. An A518 that he built himself, so he does it all, guys. And then just your average, well, he does have an air dog. He does have an air dog, so that's fuel. But all this power through an A518. I've got his dyno sheet right here. 452 at 1129. That truck made more torque than Derek's through an A518. He did try and dyno in overdrive, but he could not because it was just blowing through the converter. But yeah, that truck did great. That's a very good number for that setup, and he was very pumped. And he backed it up on the track as well. He was running his best time was 860 with a 2 on the 8th mile. So he was getting down. Truck gets out of the hole so well. So Evan did great. We were very happy for him as well. On to Glenn's truck now. And if you guys know, you know, Glenn is Derek's dad. Both of their trucks ended up being on Greg A's YouTube video too, so that's pretty cool. But Glenn's truck, he dynoed 410 and 850 something. So very good numbers for that truck as well. It was not meant to be some crazy power pickup. It's just kind of normal, your average VE that's never been off with a 3800 spring or 3200 spring, THD, fuel pin, 5x14 injectors, I want to say. An S362 SXE, so the new S362. It's got a get rag 5-speed. The clutch isn't anything special. I think Derek said it's like an O'Reilly's clutch or something. So it doesn't have a dual disc or anything. What else? It's pretty standard. I mean, HVLP, very, very normal setup, and it works. The truck runs very well. So that was a great number for that truck as well. Clean as can be. on to Coda. If you guys know, it used to be a joke, we used to say it in the groups all the time, Coda's king. And he really is. This dually looks ratty as all hell, and nobody believes. There's a lot of people that'll walk up to him and think it's a P-pump truck. And he just, I don't know, he's been holding down the fort for us VE guys for a while. We're trying to catch him. Derek's on his way. But Coda laid down a very, very solid number. So he did 598 at 1,300 foot-pounds, fuel only. We were hooping and hollering. It was nuts. So that truck has a S369 SXE on a 3-piece manifold, so that was one of the new changes, and a 181 220 Colt cam, and that was one of the new changes from the last run. He made 556 a couple years ago. And then he has some DDP injectors. He said he doesn't remember what they flow. He'd have to dig out the flow sheet. A Logan built 47 RE with the full manual valve body ratchet shifter. Can't talk today, guys. I can't remember what kind of lift pump he's got. And then the head's never been off the truck. It's got head studs, valve springs. This thing absolutely rips. Decided to spray it. Sprayed it to 707 and 1600 even. Can you believe that? Through a VE. I mean, people assumed it was a P-pump truck because it sounded so rowdy. It was insane. And nobody could believe it. Got down. Nobody thought it was going to make that kind of power because people don't know the truck. Popped the hood. They didn't see a P-pump, and they were just like... And then people were like, oh, 7, like, those are good numbers. And we're like, yeah, that's the VE record, just FYI. And they're like, oh. And so people that don't know don't really realize the kind of power this truck's laying down. Later in this video, you'll see some Coda do some rowdy stuff. He ended up melting the piston, so stick around for the end of the video and see this wicked burnout that this thing was doing. Shoots a big fireball at the end. It's pretty nuts. So as for dynoing, that's it for the first Shin Boys, but holy crap, what a weekend for VE power. About 28 years later, and we're just now laying down the numbers and figuring them out. So props to everybody that dynoed. Very proud of everybody. The atmosphere was insane. Everybody, I mean, after some of the numbers made, we're hooping and hollering, fist bumping. Everybody around there was just going nuts. So it was a heck of a time. And yeah, we had a heck of a weekend. We were pumped, and it was just wild. So let's keep getting into the next video. Don't want to spend too long on that, but it was great. So let's hop into some racing action. A few more trucks that we walked around and whatnot. So here you go.
There's a 77 right there, looking pretty good for Evan. Right, left, gotta go through, gotta go 75 and 70.
Like a deer. Dude, this is wild. 687. Left lane takes it. We've got Landon Miller in the right lane. He is the 670 champ here recently. $675, 105. Right lane takes it. And the right lane in the Duramax took the win. FSDP on Instagram. In this race we got Greg A. See if he breaks down or not. Oh, Greg barely got beat, 782, and got beat with a 781. Just barely got kicked out, or got knocked out. Did he red light? I don't know. He let out soon, but 785, right lane. Right lane, third gen took the win over the first gen with a 788. First gen went 8 flat. That is a P-pump truck for sure. Josh Scruggs and Johnny Gilbert right here. This is Done Right Diesel in the Corvette, and then Fire Punk in the S10 for the finals. We'll see who takes the win. Fire Punk went 432, and then 4 with a 6 on Done Right Diesel. Solid. We got Scheid Diesel Dragster in the lane closest to us here. Diesel dragster for the win with a 419. The other lane took a 423. That is sick. Scheid with the win. So we are on our way home from Scheid, and as you can tell from all the video, we had an absolute blast. It was a big weekend for the First Gen boys and putting down some VE power. Coda got a little rowdy in the parking lot. We do think that he melted a piston because it was dragging pretty good. We couldn't get it to start again, but he did make some good power on the dyno. I don't know if he says he does stuff like that all the time, so it could have been that shot of nitrous. That nitrous and 1,600 foot-pounds to a stock bottom end 12 valve is a little hard on it, so that could have had something to do with it. But we had an absolute blast. We got to meet a bunch of new people, put some names to some faces for sure. I finally got to meet Goose and the blue First Gen, and I mean Mr. Logan Yelton, and I mean countless others. Some of you guys came up to us and talked, and it was a good time. So Scheid's a blast. It was Colton and Logan's first experience, and it was the first time at the new location, and I think it was a great turnout for what it was. For their first year, they did good. The only problem is it was in BFE, so there was people worried about after parties and stuff, but really, if you're people like us, you're there for the go fast and the horsepower and stuff, so it doesn't really matter that much. We still found a parking lot and hung out with some guys, and we had a good time. So there's a lot of footage involved, and I tried to take as much as I could, but there was also just a bunch of time where we're just hanging out and talking to everybody. As you can see, we got hooked up with some Plowboy diesel gear. The new hats are pretty sick, so hit up Mallory and get you some new Plowboy apparel because it is sweet. They have more new hats coming in, and the First Gen shirts are very tight. They're the move because it's got Derek's truck on the front, and they're pretty slick. So I don't know. We had a heck of a weekend, and the 05 has been a trooper. It's 500 miles there, 500 miles back, and all the driving in between, about 35 minutes to the hotel and from the site and everything. So it's been doing good, and we are, I don't know, probably 6 hours from home still, so we're gonna keep trekking on. But hopefully, Colton did actually get a bunch of good rollers. He got, some video. There's just a lot of stuff here and there that we got. We probably could have done. I could have done a little better videoing because I didn't video myself the whole time because been busy just...
We got distracted with trucks.
Yeah,
so.
there's a ton of cool stuff there. I didn't even get to go through the show and shine and get some of the other cool stuff that was there. Evan was running the ET with his first gen and was doing really well, but it did start getting hot, so it was slowing down a little bit. His best time was a 860 with a 2, I believe. So that's not too bad. He's blowing through the converter pretty bad in the 8518. So
I mean,
it's for what it is though. It gets out of the hole.
Yeah.
He's happy with it. Yeah.
And then Derek broke. Well, he didn't break VE record, but he placed second now.
Yeah. Derek moved into the 2 spot. Oh man, look at that bend.
Oh god.
Oh man, Logan, it's about to jump out of the truck right now. To be honest,
we just passed a C6 Corvette
and
on a trailer.
on radials,
on
right?
radials,
Front
yeah.
runners.
Oh yeah, it had front runners.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
I don't know who that was, but hell yeah.
I mean, as far as the dyno goes, Coda dyno, he ran 590. Was it 592 or 598?
592, yeah.
592 and 1,300 foot-pounds.
And then on spray it was at 717.
707 or 717? 707.
707.
So on spray, he sprayed at the ghetto fog at 707 and 1,600 foot-pounds on a stock bottom end 12 valve. Power comes on nice. I'll disclose full information about all the setups on the trucks. Derek ran that morning, ran 532 at 11. Was it 1110?
I think so.
I think, yeah, 1110. And we were very pumped with that. Evan ran 453 at 1129 through an A518, which is an impressive number. And Glenn ran 410 at 850 something, which is very good for that truck. So overall, it was a heck of a day. So Saturday it was very packed. That place, there was not much room for anything. So I'd say they learned some stuff about what they're gonna have to do to keep the event, kind of keep its fame, I guess. But I'm looking forward to it again. I mean, it's a fun trip, but we were about the only 3rd gen that was hanging out with all the 1st gen boys. So we gotta have a 1st gen there next year. That's the deal. So that thing's got to be done, and next year when we go, I want to run it at the track. I want to dyno it and just have a good time and be with all the 1st gen guys and actually participate. So I don't know, it's a good time. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about.
Yeah. Pulls were fun.
Yeah, a lot of horsepower over there. They get after it. The drag racing, I mean, it was cool. Problem was it got so hot that we didn't really want to leave the tent. It got really hot Saturday, and Friday was even worse. We got roasted. We were so burned. But it was a good time.
I don't know if you got a video, but Greg A actually did a walk around of Derek and Glenn's truck.
Yeah,
which
that's
was pretty
true.
sweet.
That's true. Greg A
It's cool
came
to meet
over
him.
and he was kind of impressed with. He wanted to see some 4-wheel drive stuff, I guess, but he really liked the welds and the swampers and all that stuff. He loved Derek's truck, so that was pretty neat. So if you guys are looking out for a Greg A video, I assume Derek's truck and Glenn's truck are going to be in there, so keep your eye out for that. But these Illinois roads are starting to get bumpy, but
Damn bridge decks in a Dodge, what can you say?
yeah, for sure. And then last night, Jacob got pulled over for being all over the road in a 1st gen. Can you imagine that, being all over the road?
I mean,
they made him and Colton switch. So
yeah, I was in the truck with him, and he pulled us over and he was like, "Hey, you all right? You've been swerving all over the road. You guys a little tired?" And at that point, you know, when you get pulled over, you're not very tired anymore. So, but then he was like questioning us if we were drinking, and I'll be honest, the officer was pretty cool, so can't complain too much. But we ended up switching, and I drove back to the hotel.
Yeah. So overall, it's a good weekend. There'll be a lot of different on my Instagram. I'll probably make a couple different Scheid posts with full information and specs over all the 1st gens that dynoed, and then I'll make a couple posts of some pictures and rollers Colton took. And I mean, if you guys don't follow Colton's photography page, I mean, he took a bunch of rollers of the 1st gens, a bunch of good pictures of them. So there ought to be some cool shots coming for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Give me about a week and a half, and they'll be out.
So that's probably going to do it for Scheid weekend. We had a blast, and like I said, it was good meeting some of you guys, or a few guys that came up to me and talked, and it was good putting some names to some faces and all that. So it was a good time. Everybody, I'd say if you got a first shit next year, you need to go, because there's going to be a lot of us. We didn't even plan for that many to be there, and we already had a whole little corner. It was just all first shit. So
Oh yeah.
gotta get as many as we can now. But I'd say that'll do it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll be looking forward to Lifted Truck Nationals, and we'll get some videos of that. I mean, it's not gonna be like Scheid, but we'll hopefully see some cool trucks and give you guys some footage of that. But we're gonna keep on trekking home and get on out of here. So until next time, we will see you guys, and take it easy.
Oh.
Bye.